Good morning, members of the media, and welcome to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service Weekly Media Brief. I am Michael Pierre, Acting Assistant Superintendent, Public Information Officer for the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Today on the brief, I have Sergeant Dale Joseph and WPC Candy Saunders Alfred of the Cybercrime Unit of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. And the information that will be brought to you today is on a particular subject, on a ransomware. So I turn over the brief to Sergeant Joseph.
Pleasant good day, ladies and gentlemen of the media. This morning's presentation is about ransomware. It's actually entitled, What is Ransomware and What Steps You Can Take to Keep Systems and Data Protected. May 12, 2017 saw the biggest ever cyber attack in internet history. A ransomware named WannaCry stormed through the web, with the damage epicenter being Europe. WannaCry leveraged a vulnerability in Windows OS, first discovered by NSA and then publicly revealed to the world by shadow brokers. In the first few hours, 200,000 machines were infected. Big organizations such as Renault or NHS were struck and crippled by the attack. This obviously is a concern for the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, as ransomware has been a growing trend for the past 2 years, locally and regionally. And this is just a culmination, a grand reveal to the wider world of just how big a threat this is to our quality of life. So you may ask, what is ransomware? Ransomware is a type of malware that prevents or limits users from accessing their system, either by locking the system screen or locking the user files useless until a ransom is paid, or making the files useless until a ransom is paid, More modern ransomware files or families collectively categorized as crypto ransomware encrypt certain files or infect systems and enforces users to pay the ransom through certain online payment methods to get a decryption key. Now, the source of this definition of ransomware came from Trend Micro. So those are not my words, but it's a definition that came from Trend Micro. The WannaCry type of malware has steadily increased, and ransomware has steadily increased over the past 10 years, with many flavors or families evolving. The following is a representation of some of the ransomware that we saw in Trinidad over the past 2 years. What we actually saw were crypto wall and crypto locker. Key characteristics of ransomware from other malware. It features unbreakable encryption, which means that you can't decrypt the files on your own. It has the ability to encrypt all kinds of files, from documents to pictures, videos, audio files, and other things you may have on your devices. It can scramble your file names so that you can't know which data was affected. This is one of the social engineering tricks used to confuse and coerce victims into paying the ransom. It will add a different extension to your files, which sometimes is a signal of a specific ransomware strain. It will display an image or a message that lets you know that your data has been encrypted and that you have to pay a specific sum of money in order to get it back. It requests payment in bitcoins or cryptocurrencies, and which provide tracking challenges to cybersecurity researchers and even law enforcement. Usually, the ransom payments have a time limit to add another level of psychological constraint to the extortion scheme. Going over the deadline typically means that the ransom will increase, but it can also mean that the data will be destroyed and lost forever. It uses a complex set of evasion techniques to go undetected by traditional antivirus solutions. It often recruits the infected PCs into botnets so that cyber criminals can expand their infrastructure and fuel future large-scale attacks. it can spread to other PCs connected to a local network, creating further damage. It frequently features data exfiltration capabilities, which means that it can also extract data from the affected computer, usernames, passwords, email addresses, and send it over a server. Send it to a server controlled by cyber criminals. Encrypting files isn't always the end game. It sometimes includes geographical targeting, meaning that the ransom note is translated into the victim's language to increase the chances of the ransom being paid. What steps can an individual take to protect themselves and their organizations from ransomware? In order to do this, individuals and organizations must develop meaningful strategies against ransomware. There should be a multidimensional approach to secure, inclusive to a multidimensional approach to security, inclusive of personal device protection, safe online behavior, and investment in functional, reputable anti-malware solutions. From a personal perspective, what can an individual do to protect themselves against ransomware? Do not share important data only on personal computers. Do not store important data only on your personal computers. Have 2 backups of important data on an external hard drive and in the cloud, Dropbox, Google Drive, etc. Ensure that Dropbox, Google Drive, OneDrive, etc. application on your computer is turned on by default. Open them once a day to sync data and close them once this is done. Ensure the operating system and the software being used is up to date, including the latest security updates. For daily use, do not use an administrator account on your personal computer. Use instead a guest account which limits privileges. Turn off macros in the Microsoft Office suite, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. Remove the following plugins from your browsers: Adobe Flash, Adobe Reader, Java, Silverlight. If absolutely necessary, then use them. Set the browser to provide notifications when activations of these plugins are required. Harden or adjust browser application security and privilege settings for increased protection. Remove outdated plugins and add-ons from the browser applications. Keep only the ones that are used on a daily basis and keep them updated to the latest version. Employ the use of an ad blocker to avoid the threat of potentially malicious ads. What can someone do online to reduce the potential risk of malware? Using the internet is of critical importance as malicious applications use online user activity as an attack vector. Tips to reduce the risk of ransomware infection include: never open spam emails or emails from unknown senders. Never download attachments from spam emails or suspicious emails. Never click on links in spam emails or suspicious emails. Never download or install pirated software, pirated music, and movie files, as these files may contain malicious applications which may result in security vulnerabilities on your devices. Now, this is of importance because I know we kind of have that culture here in Trinidad. We love to download free stuff. What protection or tools that are available to protect personal computers? There are several malware detection and prevention solutions available for both private and commercial use. The strength of any good solution is the ability to update its database of signatures in a timely manner, thereby reducing the potency of a new threat and vulnerability. It is recommended that investment be made in reliable, paid antivirus products that include automatic updates, module, and real-time scanners. The management of all organizations that employ technology must understand the importance of having traffic filtering solutions that provide proactive anti-ransomware protection. The prolific rate of technological advancement has provided several enhancements to the quality of life in Trinidad and Tobago. The purpose of this briefing is to ensure that all users of technology are aware of the potential risks and also assist in the development of a safe culture whilst we all maximize the benefits of technology. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.